Contraverso Boneco. Em Grécia.
Thank you.
E aí, Boneco? How are you?
All good, man. All good. Yeah, it's nice to be at Athens with you. Welcoming me here. Thank you so much. So, all good.
Então, we want to know about your history about capoeira. Until from Brazil, how to come here in Europe. How we start?
Okay, man. Right. My beginning in capoeira back in Fortaleza. That's where I come from. Let me tell you a little bit where I come from. Born in Fortaleza, Ceará, Brazil. I've learned capoeira in a children's project, and the group at the time used to be called Grupo Zumbi, and that's where Zangado first found capoeira, and then he took us there. One of the characters in that group that we know today is this one guy called Everardo Soldado. That was our first teacher, so someone who always I wanted to refer myself to, because he was the first teacher. But man, after long years, Fortaleza, with my sisters, my brothers, we had a chance to come to Europe, and that chance was first developed with Helene, actually. Helene was the first one to take it. Helene lived in São Paulo for a bit, and then in 1990 she came to England. And me personally, I only came 10 years later, in 2000. That was when I arrived. When I arrived in England, I was in a different process, a different time of my life. Older now, 22 years old. Yeah, Helene and Regiane had Amazonas Capoeira, founded the group, both of them. And that's when I joined them. I joined them in Amazonas Capoeira at the time. We're talking about here 2000, 2001, 2002, those years. Yeah, and that's when I literally started my capoeira in Europe. And at the time, our capoeira was pretty much like we were studying all the capoeira's styles. I'm going to say like this. For me, it was interesting, very interesting, because only Fortaleza, we only had one sort of type of capoeira. And coming over to England, I kind of expanded my vision, I suppose. And it was interesting for me. So yeah, that was my beginning Fortaleza, beginning in England.
And all the brothers, 5 brothers, huh?
Yeah, yeah. We actually 6. Remember, 5 of us do capoeira. I'm going to talk about the first one who found the capoeira for us, Zangado. He's called Mestre Zangado. He is in Marseille, France, south of France. He's the one. His group is Grupo Malícia, George there. And then the rest is me, Paulinha, Brisa, and Helene, 4 of us. We all capoeira teachers. One of the good things about that, we have a good relationship in capoeira. We are brothers and sisters. You probably know as you have brothers and sisters. We all have our little conflicts, which is part of the family, like home. But what made us really like special in a way is because capoeira brings us in a good moments, and that moment we appreciate a lot. Between, like, for example, me and Paulinha, me and Brisa, and Helene as well. And that is the moment when we talk about our lives. We help each other. Capoeira, as I said, spiritually and emotionally helped us a lot. So whenever we come together, that's all that, the result, it comes to this point where we come out of that feeling really good and appreciated and so. And that's why I really like them. I love my sisters as a referência na capoeira.
And before was the group Amazonas, huh?
Yeah, it was Amazonas Capoeira.
And how you start? Why you start to? The reason to go to Capoeira Angola? What in Capoeira Angola?
Yeah,
you saw and you, wow, what is this? And
yeah. Well, that's first impression. It just literally illustrated it. Yeah, when I saw those games, Capoeira Angola back then, I was like, man, I really like this. Well, how did they move this body so like trickily, very, majinga. So I didn't understand that, but I was appreciate that. But only in England, when I came to Helena, Amazonas Capoeira, there was a time, every year, in November the 20th, Zumbi dos Palmares celebration in Brazil, and Helene and Regiane had the same idea. Every winter, in November, we organize a capoeira event, but called Zumbi dos Palmares. So at that event every year, we used to bring, like, obviously the side of my brother, like Cordão de Ouro, the guys, and there's some names in here. They always came, like, Papa Legos, Ponceninho, all these guys came and support our event. That was one side of the event. The other side was Capoeira Angola, and we had some people there coming over. Mestre Lua Rasta came, Guará also was one of the guests. So basically, these are the guys at the time who were around. We had this parallel event, two events at the same classes, I would say.
Yes.
So that's when I saw the first time physically Capoeira Angola in front of me. So I trained a lot, and I loved that. I was like, wow, this is something I never done it before.
You saw someone and you one game, and which game you saw, like you like to change their mind, or music? I don't know what it was for you.
Okay.
To do the click.
The click, the real click. First time it was me watching that video of Mestre Moraes, Mestre Cobra Mansa, and Mestre João Grande in New York, I think, in America. When they
like his studio.
Yeah, there's little performance.
Okay.
And then they were kind of, but for me, if that is a performance, imagine the real game. In my contest,
yes.
I was fascinated by that, like those games, the way they were playing and jumping, and Cobra Mansa, Mestre Cobra Mansa. So that was the click in terms of first time, and I really wanted to train. The music, there's three. No? So the music aspect of it, that was another click when I heard for the first time Mestre Traíra album. So that's why I always around this album ever since. So that was like, I really wanted to understand how to sing that. So what was this? I never heard it before. And the third reason clicked in my mind that made me to go fully to Capoeira Angola was a trip to Uganda. That was the final click, the final thing, and I realized I've got to study this, I've got to train this, because will fulfill what I always had, and I didn't understand what it was until I went to this, as I just said, the two clicks that I just said, and then the third one, going to Africa on my return, and then I said, that's when I started literally Capoeira Angola in 2008.
And in Africa, what you saw, like, and what you like there?
Yeah.
To do the connection from Capoeira Angola and stuff like this.
I was there. I was in Kampala. Well, when I say I was with the group. My sister was down as well. Then the next day we traveled to north of Uganda to a place where there was a camping communities, families, and there were lots of kids, ex-soldiers. Kids were, captured to be in an army. How do you call that? It's like there's a name. Anyway, there's an army who would go to small villages and kill parents, all the oldest, and take the boys, isn't it? And the girls as well. So these boys were rescued into this camp, and we were there. And their stories, lots of stories, made me feel like this is we live in a world very unfair. That was my conclusion. So they were in Safa. Besides that, Marcelo, during the day, like in sunset, there was sunset, nice, beautiful sky. Those kids, they were in a trance or ritual.
Drums.
and dancing and singing Swahili and energy bringing us into the dance like capoeira, involving us, talking to us, more music, explain what you were talking about, how they play. Man, it was just like intense every day. And the kids, like teenagers. And there you go. From that point on, I realized this ritual that the kids are teaching us, we were there to help them, to teach them something. For me, they taught us more than anything else. So that was the big thing. Like, this ritual, there's things they do in here, the way they sing their songs, made me to realize that I know there's somewhere out there it's similar to this, and I wanted to practice, I want to learn it. And from that point on, I realized Capoeira Angola had this, and the same instructor in the same way, and I liked it, and that's it. So that's what I saw it. The kids suffer, but they never let the suffering let down because of something else. They covered up by being who they are. More importantly, the kids believe in themselves through the music, through the dance, the culture, and that's made me to feel strong about my own feelings.
And after you come back, and after you start with Master Roberval.
Exactly.
How was?
Well, it was really good for me. Master Roberval was there, right there, basically right there when I came back. He was the teacher who was supporting our development in it. For example, music, lots of ideas, lots of talking about it, and that's how I was interested. Like, I wanted to understand how this moves, how this works, and it was great. A really good inclusion. We sort of talked between ourselves, sisters, between myself, my sisters, and we spoke to him and we said, "Can we become your student?" And he said, "Only if you want, because you have to come. There's nothing this." And then we said, "Okay, we would like to be your student." And that's how we started. We started training with him, bringing him to Europe as often as we could. And that was our beginning, developing the movements, the music, and it was really positive, really positive.
For me, Master Roberval, we brought him here also to do event, and after you, I think. And for me was very good experience, because what I like about the expression, he has a lot of expression.
Very much, a lot.
He play very good also, but the expression for me more, he has this character. Also about music,
Exactly.
Very good, and for me was like challenge when he was here to change my tune, to be more close, to follow him, was very nice. Yes, very nice. For me, I really liked when he was here.
So it was a good experience for you.
Yes, and what I see also in your game, a lot of expression, not only from him, but a lot, like the way, the movements and things like this, very nice. But how was for you? Because you also had another part from capoeira, acrobatics a lot, and you come from this style from capoeira. Was difficult to, how I say, just to follow.
Transition?
Not the transition, the after to follow, because you are crazy to do movements. Acrobatics is like you have freedom to do this, or you just keep it and you just follow this, or you try to combine. How was for you?
Okay, that's a good question. I mean, as you just described, I used to have that kind of crazy game, jumping, twisting my body, and all that. When I started studying Capoeira Angola by Master Roberval, and I love the expression we're talking about, and that was the thing, the ginga. But for me, the transition it became to the point that if I was doing a lot of the acrobatics when I was learning Capoeira Angola, I felt vulnerable in the game because I was still learning Capoeira Angola, so I didn't know how to include all the movements because I felt vulnerable. So I'm gonna get caught. So I felt insecure. So there was a period of time, years, I literally studied, and I started training and saying as well, how to move securely, making sure you're alright, but you're doing, not like stiff, but still doing it, but do it with efficiency, not just attack, but escape as well.
Yes.
To transform, become versatile in your, escape, get away. So I was thinking like that, so I was training like this. So all these moves that I had in the past, I kind of put it in the corner, in my pocket. If I needed to use it, I'll bring it into the game. So that's how I put it together, the two. But first I had to stop that and concentrate on one and make it simple. Not make it easy, but simple to do it, because you need to be secure how you do it. So for me that was hard to get to the point. It still is, I'm still going through it. But that was the transition, that was the thing, trying to combine all that, but always have a priority in one first. And then when I get,
like to take the style and after to combine the...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Because for me...
Your background.
See, because that's why the background, I'll never left behind. I mean, forget about it, never. My idea was just put it over there, those movements that I had, and study just one first and get it right, like the ginga, the Capoeira Angola, ginga, swing and stuff, the attack, defense. But today, that was I'd say, how I initiated training Capoeira Angola. But there was some times that I felt, I don't know, after years and then doing the same thing, learning, practicing, I realized I was doing, it's not about doing a lot. I wanted to do a lot, it's not that. But I felt like I was not doing enough. You know what I'm saying? I was I could do more movements, I could sing more, I could do more.
Yes.
I felt like
in the box.
Yeah. And repetitive. I was repetitive. And after a few years doing Capoeira Angola, and I felt that, and I wanted to understand another question to me, always question myself, why is this happening to me? Why is that? So that's my way to understand my fragility, insecure. I have to question me first, and then I start exploring, studying. So that was another process in me, because I was already doing years, and then I felt that I was I'm not doing enough. I need to train, not only physical, the classes, but the music as well. I need to explore this, and that's what I did. I'm still doing it.
And after this, how was when you left from Mestre Roberval, the group?
Yeah, man. First of all, let's start before that. Me again. I always have been really, I don't know, focused on what I want, how I want things, with respect to everybody else, what everyone does over there, and I appreciate that, and I want to help them, but first to help them, I want to help myself first. So in that case, I was a type of guy very, very much like indigenous, kind of very laid back, and I was never a person to talk a lot or say much. Very shy in some ways. I was very much like that, very much actually. But I always had my goal, so my principles in a way. Going through my phases in Capoeira, as I just talked about earlier, going to Amazonas with my sisters, leaving Cordão de Ouro, joining Mestre Roberval's group, and now leaving his group, made me strong mentally as a man now.
When was?
Recently, when I officially stepped out, was a year ago. So yes, not much long.
2021?
Yeah, it was during the pandemic. But that's the thing. I realized that for me, groups, it's not about a sort of structure of people together, and you become welcome only if you do certain things. I don't know, tasks and stuff, or missions. That's why I felt. And then you welcome in a kind of group. If you don't do the tasks, so you don't, not left out, but sort of disprivileged. People don't look at you the same as they look at others. And for me, that is inequality, desigualdade. On the other terms, on the other way, parallel to that, it was much more about respect to one another. That's what I always wanted. Some others around that group, Mesha Bebal's group, had some, I don't know, insecurities or problems in their mind, so made everybody else's life also difficult to be part of the group. So in a way, there was a conflict and stuff. But I believe in one thing. We as a people, we need to bring between us, first of all, respect. That's for me is the first one, that's a strong one. After that, man, it's just understanding, feel that if you are the kind of person who plays like this, certain way, or you play berimbau in the other way, that's difference, that's fine. We're all different. But being different is great, it's positive, it's good to be different. Because if you can understand each other through respect, and then I would say, I could stay there long, but there was none of that. And for me, that was a big shame on my side. I felt what I'm doing here. But at the same time, I felt that was great to be there because I've learned so much as well, and I'm still grateful for Mesha. Yes. Still grateful.
Yes, you have many things from him.
Exactly.
Very nice. Because for me, you are like one of the best capoeira. Because it's very, how you say, you have technique, you have also expression,
Thank you.
All the time is challenge to play with you. And this is what I like, to find capoeira, to be inside also, to play, but also to have this challenge, not to feel all the time security.
Yeah.
You put me in trouble all the time, and this also helped me to push me more, to train more when we sit, we play. No, I go to take you, and I go to take you, and it's like, like fire inside.
Yes.
When you leave, I go to training more like this. When we meet all the time, we speak like this. And for me, what I feel, what you said now about the freedom from the movement, and also for me, also I had this mentality. What you said about the background.
Yeah.
Many people want change.
Yes.
Inside of capoeira, take this background.
Put it aside.
And don't speak who you are, who you was.
They
keep it.
Yeah.
And for me, also, inside of my game, in many years, I said, I fell inside of me. I follow many rules inside of Capoeira Angola, but after for many studies, many to talk with master in the past, things like this, and I said for myself, my body can do many things. I don't want to.
That's right.
I don't want to feel like I'm inside of the box.
Yes. In chains,
yes, like
you wanted to move, but
yes. And for me, all my time inside of capoeira to make my students better than me to all the time to have a challenge to push each other like this, you know, to make the guys good, and I must to train it to try to follow. Now I have students from 20, 21, 25. It is, you know, make me alive.
That's
to,
cool. Yeah.
Like to push, and you know, I know I have 46. I can do many things, but to still, you know, in the
move
fire.
Yes.
Fire on.
Keep the fire on.
Burn spirit.
Yeah. Burn spirit.
And I remember we meet in 2011. I was in London to go to Italy to find to try to find the house of my grandma.
Yeah.
And the first time we meet there.
Yeah, that's why that was for me. I had followed you on YouTube at the time. YouTube was very new. But I remember watching Marcelo, Marcelo, I don't know, I remember watching Marcelo, and there was another guy also I was watching, Cenourinha. So you guys at the time, for us here, is the one you watch a lot. So that's fine, I was watching him, let's put this guy. And then I go to Tanet in London.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's, and then it was an event, isn't it? Mestre Angolinha.
Mestre Angolinha.
That's right.
But Mestre Angolinha was late from the airplane.
That's right.
O Mestre Fantasma.
That's right. Yeah.
He invited me to do his class. Remember?
That's right. I know. I arrived there.
Many people.
Yes. But that's for me like. That's the guy from YouTube. It was a bit. I know. That's Marcelo. And then I did your class.
Yes.
It was nice.
Yeah, we did a movement together.
There's a nice picture.
Yes.
I don't even know who took that picture. It's so nice that you. I know. That's a nice picture, I guess. So that's how we met, and it was
until
2011.
From there.
Yeah.
And also, after I meet also your sister, Paulinha, we had a connection also.
Yes, that's right.
And how is the capoeira in Brighton? Because the Brighton is very tourist place, the people come, the people
go, Yeah, but I have to say to you, Brighton as a city,
it's beautiful.
Nice to be there. It's a nice place to be. I like it. That's why I'm there. Capoeira, man. It's not like feel sorry for me. It's not that, but I always try to maintain a group there. I did for a number of years, but again, like we just said, people come and go, and that is so easy to happen. Easy. 3 years, 4 years down the line, this kind of people stayed, they would go. So all my life has been like that in Brighton. So capoeira is very difficult in a way to maintain, as in numbers or consistency. So that's the two things I can describe. But there are good capoeira in Brighton, people who come join in, train Capoeira Angola with me. Now there's other groups arriving there in Brighton. Finally, I'll say like this. There's a camarada called Jacaré. He's arriving his group in Muzenza. So there's people arriving in Brighton. So my hope is that now Brighton will change for better in terms of capoeira community. There will be more people to play with different kind of styles around. Because all these years, you came there a few times, it was pretty much us doing capoeira in Brighton. There's no other groups.
Yes.
All these years, no other group, no even like a Muzenza group. One group over there, nothing. Just now it's changing. So in a way, I feel like frustrated, but not like, but always trying. Frustrated, but I feel I use that frustration positively. Like
yes.
I'm going to invest myself in this. I'm going to invest myself in that. So what's this and that? Projects. Work with people with special needs, learning disabilities, or teenagers. I work with teenagers. So you see how I use like that, and children as well. And I create some connections with other organizations. In fact, we have a little organization as well called Amazonas Arts. I kind of drive that together with some people, my wife and well, Joanna, she always helping me with, and yeah. So Amazonas Arts doing this project. So that's my investment, because adults group in Brighton, as I just said, it's always been really difficult to maintain. And yeah, so more or less Capoeira in Brighton, I would say.
But it's nice, because in London has a lot of, not in Brighton, but in London also has many schools from Capoeira.
My God, man, so many schools.
If you can, you can go every day.
Yeah. You can work in London every day. In fact, I might think about one day go back
the
to London.
rodas,
But this is what is great about me being in Brighton and go to London for the holidays, because it's close. It's just 1 hour by train, so it's easy to get there.
Yes.
Yeah, man. London community, I have to say, is strong in that terms of, roda aberta. Every month or every weekend there's a roda where everybody goes, like from that roda last weekend, everybody goes together, almost together for the next weekend roda, and everybody's there. Come on. There's some problem that people are different, and I got some, it's okay, everybody. That's normal Capoeira, man. I don't like that guy, he doesn't like, happens that, but everybody there, it's not like, I'm not gonna go to your holiday, there's nothing like that. So that's nice. There is differences, but it's positive in a way because everybody's there, so I like it. Guys go to Paulina's monthly holiday, to Mexico Fantasma's holiday as well, and then here goes, man. Filhos de Angola, there's various holidays, several holidays, which I go, and there is my personal maintenance. I need to be challenged as well. I like it, so go, like, train, play with the guys, go to the beat ball, sing, give my message. It's great. It's really nice.
And inside of the Corona, how was for you? When we had
brother, it was really difficult. For me, obviously, generally for everybody as well, but for me, it was a time for difficulties in many ways. First, to understand what's going on. I can't see no one, what's this, and I had to wear that. Anyway, that's the initial experience to everybody as well. Then I saw so many lies going on around, information, you can do this, you can do that. Like, so when is this going to stop? And also during this period of time, I had lost, I say in English, in my family. I lost my parents, my father, my mom, through that situation. It was very hard for my family, for me. That was not nice. I had to adapt myself in so many ways. And obviously one of them is to try to train capoeira, to maintain myself. And so I did I did as well as I could, and how I managed that. You probably remember we did some work together. You myself,
classes online. And
that was one of the ways. That was great to see you as well. But it was very difficult. I remember very difficult to sort of going on for that training online. I didn't like it, but that was the only way to do it. The period again, the Corona, when we felt, we were not really, but when we felt away from each other, that made me to reflect a lot, think about a lot of stuff. Come on, it was 2 years, like that. And I had time to sort of pay attention, look out, and be more aware. I don't want to be intelligent, but to be more like clever in a way in your attitude, your response, and the way you look at people, and be more receptive as well. So I gave to myself some time to reflect on many things. Whatever was difficult or unfair or no good, I tried to make that positive, because I believe whatever there's bad, there is good in there. Whenever there is so much good, definitely there's bad in some stuff. So that's how I see it as well. So that period of Corona made me to think like this, and take my path now. If I can do it, I will do it really well, by thinking about also the others around me, because that's how I want to do it and come off with the Corona like that. I felt like that.
And how you felt about the Capoeira community? How? Because I remember for myself, I started to have many lives, né? And many interviews, things like this online. And for me, one of the reasons to start to do this project now, because inside of the Corona, I didn't saw for me, I didn't saw like one community, like the Capoeira community, I say from Angola, Capoeira Angola, to help each other. Was more to attack, to attack, to blame the other, what I saw. So for me, the reason to start this podcast, to bring something more positive inside, like what you said, in negative part,
is good.
To bring some aspects good, because for me was one time very, not for me, for everybody was very hard. And inside of these interviews all the time had this, conflict to say who is who and things like this. And the point for me, what I have in my mind era to speak, how we can do the things.
Find solutions and stuff.
Yes, because, to help the older generation, because the older generation don't know things like this.
Of course,
But to combine the older generation with the new generation.
Yeah.
Like to help from computer to mobile.
Yeah.
And what I saw was the opposite. Like sad, go down, blame the other. And for me, when I start, I try one, I try two, I try three, and I start to so many. But what I like real was like two from many, because all the mood, the most didn't bring something, I don't say new, but to make you
exactly, self-esteem.
Yes, I thought, wow.
Yeah.
And I listened to, and I took this power, like nice. And for you, how was like?
I did the same as any other capoeirista could do. The same, but watch those lives. Marcelo, to be honest with you, it's almost the same as you said, because pretty much I didn't learn anything listening to those, things, lives. I saw comments and I heard them give us ideas, always in terms of you're doing wrong. This is not what the past told us. So it was a bit pretty much accusation and pointing the finger. I'm saying? That was pretty much I'm trying to illustrate and what I understood. But again, man, I feel that those days had something going on around, which probably all these masters and teachers who were talking realized, which is going on right now, is this evolution. There is something happening, it's still happening, and it started at that time. In evolution, when I say, Marcelo, mentality, there's a certain mentality out in the world, capoeira people, Angoleiros as well, who are thinking still about the past, still wants the past with them as a reference, but they are mentally changing the perspective in capoeira. What I'm trying to say is that, but could be in the game, the way they play now, could be in the music, they invest in certain ways they play the music now, but less conservative. So that's what I'm saying, that's the evolution is happening right now, right there. And some of the teachers and masters who were in their life, in my opinion, they were pretty much against that. They didn't want that idea expand. So they want to maintain what happened in 1930 still happening today, if it makes sense. Like,
yes.
They want to try to keep the same thing, exactly the same thing.
Yes.
No change. It's impossible. That's never, it's going to be like that. So the past has to be with us, in my opinion, through, I believe, through the music, the message. For example, your singing is excellent, man. You've got the message. You bring the past through your voice, through the way you sing. That's, for me, is one way to understand about the history. For example, another thing about is the way you say your bateria. You know what I'm saying? So there's bits and pieces and messages from the past that we can still produce and give to the new generation to understand that. And they'll see that organization and they'll be interested. But where did you learn that? And then we talk about it. We give a reference. And then, anyway, just thinking about this, that there is a revolution. There's a revolution going on. And we need to be accepting to this. Understand that to change for good, it's not a bad thing. But if you change for bad, I say, I don't wanna evolve, I wanna be the same. That's fine, as long as you keep that capoeira, not just for yourself, but give it to some people as well. If you're a conservative type of mentality, I wanna be a conservative, be it, but try to reach other people as well with consciousness and respect. If that can be done, and then I'll say, okay, I'll give you some clap as well. But still, I disagree. I don't like being in a box. What we say, I don't like being in a box. I don't like the fact that there is much more for us to understand about Capoeira Angola as a people, as a humans, and share the ideas, knowledge and stuff. There's much more like that than stop in one corner and criticize others and criticize again. And yeah, there's these two ways, and the way I wanted to keep myself, yeah, man, study capoeira, evolve, try to help, and always give help first to other people. But I wanted to be helped as well, and that's my thing. I wanted to be helped, and I'm not shy to say, and that's kind of help we're doing here, as we're doing together. I want to be here to experience this, and once I've learned it, I want to share that to other people, the new generation coming through.
Yes.
So that's my vision. That's how I see it.
So for me, it was like this. I think inside of the Corona, for me, I passed also some point very bad, but what I had was some people like you, like Mestre Dan, like Paulinha, many some friends call me to say how you pass this to bring some ideas for to do, né? Like o Mestre Dan said to me, Marcelo, you must do the course of the music, I fight inside of me also, like I don't do things like this. Also, we did a project together, me and you, Paulinha.
That's right.
And inside of this, I make the connection from many people. And I didn't listen my music from there, and and still until now, I have the connection with the people. I don't know, and the people. from me, the corona had also spiritual thing inside, you know, like how we, because before we had time to, how you say, to see what we had inside
ourselves.
To go the psychology, but when the corona come, close inside, and now you must to fight with your devils.
Exactly.
And for me, it was very nice, like to feel my insecurity, what I must to do. Also, my knee was fucked up, and know, like what I do, and inside of me, I can't be quiet. I want to do things. I want to be creative, and like I'm my students and things like this. And for me, had the bad part, but also give more power to continuous. To keep relation, to own new relation.
That's
with
right.
Friends, with the community. And another thing we spoke before, for me I'm very sad about the, not all, but the most, I'm very sad from Capoeira Angola community. I'm very disappointed. Because for me, looks like more, not all, but the most is like make the one movement the opposite. Like we say we must to bring the people, but to bring the people, to make the group, but to make the group big, to blame the other. If you are more close for the one tradition inside, I don't go your house, I don't go to support you. I believe I'm more tradition than you, and they're like evangelical in Brazil.
Religions. I know. I understand.
Now not now, but I think more because what happened outside, we do exactly
the opposite
inside of the capoeira.
But
the point for me is like this: we must, because it's small world. We must to try to change the things, not to cooperate, do macro. To micro and to do the same thing.
Yes.
And
what's the point behind that?
Yes, for me all the time is politics. To divide who is who. You're okay, and for me this must to change inside of the Capoeira Angola.
Exactly. I want to try the point in that, Marcelo. Basically, in my experience being part of a group, I saw it hurt as well. So the hurt doesn't matter so much because I didn't see it. But there's two things. This fact you just said, I like when you said, I came through as well, that because you go more people an instructor, but conservative for some people, and then the others who are around here hasn't got so much that they don't want to cooperate to your work, no at all. So they want to give no support. So it comes to this point where we will talk about the evolution. The evolution is happening. The big companies, I'm going to call it like that, Capoeira Angola, big groups, they don't want to look at you just because you are small, you are not following them, or you don't have masters or anything like that. This is happening. It's really happening out there. Another example to this, I came across to this as well. People say, don't teach this move because this move belongs to our group. Don't teach that move to other group over there. I was like, what's the problem with that? Can I share? You know what I'm saying? I was told not to teach some move because it belongs to that group. I was like, nah, man, that's not. You know what I'm saying? So this came across to me as well. And the third point is this fighting, this as a fighting in words, but it's always about jealous, always about feeling jealous about something, fighting with the words. And I say, oh, because he didn't come to me, or I don't know. That's okay, for focus. He said,
yes,
gossips and jealous, and so much, and then this never changes. It never changes. And that's again for me. I got no more energy for that. Energy zero. I have no more energy to be listening, to be with, to be included. Sometimes you are. When I notice, I'm like, come on, brother. Anyway, I don't have more energy. I'm 45, 1 year younger than you. I don't have no more time. My time now is to invest in things positive. Never is going to be easy, because we need to fight, to make it good, like yourself, for example, your work, the rhythms you Vale dos Orixás, perfect. That was such impact in all of us as a Capoeira Angola practitioners. Really good impact, positive impact, something like that. We need to produce things like this, I believe. And I've been working around on my own way, but with your help, I want to be close to you. I want to be close to my sister Pauline, and to people who, always going to be around me as well. And I can't sort of share ideas, but always I wanted to be helped. And that's the idea, exchanging, two ways. It's two ways. I don't believe it's just one way. It's always like this. And that for me is we say that in our língua, é a nossa pegada, velho. É a nossa pegada. We need to do that. We need to believe in that.
Yes.
And again, one more time I'm going to say, we should stop investing our energy and time in these bureaucratic ideas out there. People wants you in some way, the way they want it. They want you to be, myself to be, whoever wants to be. And we shouldn't accept that. We need to question. We need to question those guys. Even a hard about questions like, have a discussion, and a positive one, or even a hard one. And we need to be like that. You need to make sure that we as a student, Capoeira Angola, we need to talk to masters as well. Because otherwise, in a way, Capoeira Angola stop being the subject to learn. So the subject stop there. It's not, I come to a Capoeira Angola class, it's not the Capoeira Angola as a history, it's about the teacher. I'm the teacher, that's the movement, I create this move, it's all about the teacher, and like, nobody. So, yes. I don't believe in that anymore. For me, if I go to a class, it's about obviously there's a leader, there's someone driving, I understand that. But the subject is Capoeira Angola. And some teachers think different. I'm the subject here.
Yes. And the most of Angoleiros now was in Capoeira Contemporânea.
Exactly.
The most.
Exactly.
The most. The most. And what we spoke about the background.
Yes.
Many people don't think also we study. If I start to follow you, I go too. And sometimes the guys don't think we go.
Yeah.
To
dig,
yes.
dig.
Everybody go.
Yeah.
If you want to be good, very good, you go to the roots and the most was Capoeira Contemporânea.
Exactly.
And after, do one click, forget everything, and start to blame for who is right, who is more close.
Yeah.
And then most of time to create like this, find two, three guys.
Yeah.
2-3 masters or 2-3 guys. The most of master do connection.
Yeah.
Strong connection, and after start to blame. To destroy. To say who is like Império Romano. Like exactly the same.
Yeah.
Like go there to destroy here. We have power.
Look at that.
After misery again. Something
exactly.
We see many things, we read many things, and finally we don't do. Like to accept. What I learned from Master Anias, what I learned for me was very I don't say about the music, but this scenario from music is another thing. But what he said for me, not for me in general, he say, como é que é, rapaz? Capoeira tem que estar todo mundo junto, é Angola contemporânea, todo mundo junto, everybody together, everybody together. Yes, wow. All the time. Great. I don't understand why it's like this, Capoeira Angola is there and blah blah. Because what I learned from him and there in São Paulo was like this. The people don't respect you, Angoleiro, if you just put a hat, you know, white t-shirt, belt, trouser, shoes like this. No, the guys go to respect you if you go to play
na roda, né?
In this roda da República, Casa Mercenarias, you know. After this, you have the respect. Before this, you are like a fucked up. Yeah. So, for me, I do this. For me, the first rule in my capoeira is like this.
Nice.
For me, I want to play with the contemporary. I want to play with Capoeira Angola. For me, is the challenge, not to separate who is.
Yes.
If the guys come and respect what we do, and what I say is not the low from Capoeira Angola. The easy thing, how you come inside, how you go in, how you go outside. The time to take the instrument to respect is not the low from Capoeira Angola. This is the low from Capoeira.
That's why, yeah.
No? Like in the house, you come from the door, you leave from the door.
Yeah.
You don't
through the window.
The window, no? It's the same.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
No? And for me, this, no? Então, for me, this we must to change.
Change, yeah.
And also to respect more, because the most of Angoleiros eat from, they play from contemporâneo, capoeira contemporânea.
They go to the events and
go
stuff.
That's right. And also the guys has many things to teach us, and why we don't share with the guys. And after we go there, take the money. After I did my thing. Everybody do.
Yeah.
The crazy things, I took my money. What the fuck?
Exactly. Yeah.
Like a
capitalism becomes.
Yes. You have the opportunity, and I learned this from Senora, one friend in Israel. You have the opportunity, and the point is like this: when you have an opportunity, what do you do with the opportunity?
Yeah.
You know, you have an opportunity to come here, to teach. And after this, what do you do?
Exactly.
You fuck everything. How to? The guys, the people invite you, give respect from you, pay you, and after this you go and you.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
You fucked up. How? I can't understand this mentality. Like If you don't like, you don't go, because you go to take the money, and then after you say bullshit. What is?
Yeah, man.
Like what is this mentality? You know, for me, many things I try to.
That's right.
To take out, because not because I need money, but I respect. For me, has a lot of good capoeirista. If somebody come to me because want to learn from me, this
privilege,
like wow, the treasure.
That's right.
So many people, you are good. Many people has 1, 2, 3, 4, and the people come to you because want to learn with you, and you fucked up. This is like
well, exactly. It's incredible.
Capoeira Angola must to change. We must to change, because like this is the mentality is a miseria. All the time is a.
I'd like to add a point as well, Marcelo, in this. This mentality, yes, that's the thing we're talking about. The mentality exists because I feel that people, students, are very. What's the word I'm trying to find? No, it's not like they are. It's not. They don't want to make you feel bad or the teacher, no? But they accept easy whatever the teacher says. You just said you go to somebody's event, whatever the Angola teacher said. And then the students, oh yeah, okay, that's fine. Yeah, they don't never question that. There's no that troca de ideia. I feel that should change as well. We as students, we need to go there and learn. Yes, we need to go to the school, to the hollow classes, but we need to make sure we want information. I don't know anything. Can you talk to me? Don't just show to me, talk to me as well.
Yes.
Because show one thing is easy. If you train, you're gonna get better. But what about this information about intellect of each one? Be in terms of like, I can do it, but also understand why I'm doing it. They understand why you're doing it. The teachers doesn't want to give it to you unless you pay more money or whatever it is, or because you're part of the other group. So I'm not. Things like this is so convenient for the teachers. For example, one of the hardest that's why we learn capoeira in hardest Capoeira Angola. One the Angola teacher said, capoeira, it's a religion. For me, he even said, for me it's a religion. Like, confirm it. And then, I was there, I didn't question, but there was no question against that. But in a way, if you just talk about the word religion, okay, fine, but what kind of religion? Is it Christianity? Is it African religion? Is it, is it Muslim? Do you know what I'm saying? What kind of religion are we talking about here?
Yes.
And if it's an African religion, what?
Or maybe the rules, no?
Yeah, what was?
Or maybe
do you know what I'm saying?
The religions from the rules.
There you go.
You eat, you only from this God you pray, not for the other.
Tá ligado? And then it's so controversial.
Yes.
We shouldn't be like,
yes.
oh yeah, no man. And that's one way to exactly say that would change the mentality. Unfortunately, Marcelo, so we Brazilians, we are good people. We are very good people. When we meet like that, this connection is forever. But most of the Brazilian guys, capoeira as well, they are exactly what we were discussing here. The mentality is so like this big. They've got so much, in other ways, but so small, man. Why we should be so much? We say cortando por trás all the time.
Yes.
Why is that? Shouldn't be. We should be positive to each other, open, straight, papo reto que fala, and be good to each other in terms of helping and talking. Marcelo, your genius be like, shall we talk about that? And the Boneco, the way you, like in our class, you help me with. That's the one simple way to understand how we can help each other.
And for me, because start from like this, capoeira, candomblé, samba, and many others. How you say?
Expect?
Yes,
Expect.
from Africa, right?
That's right.
And but we spoke about the contradiction also.
Yeah, contradiction.
I went in many because my grandma was Italian, but also she's mãe de santo, in Umbanda. And what I saw in Umbanda and what I saw in Candomblé, in Capoeira Angola we do the opposite. And all the time say the religion of Capoeira is Candomblé, but it's crazy because we do the opposite what the Candomblé do. Because when the people don't know you in Candomblé, you go for the ceremony. If you go to the ceremony, it's like this from people but people here don't know. You go, has one chair for you. The people say you can sit. please, né?
Yeah.
The mãe de santo or the pai de santo go, or somebody go to say for you, oh, come.
To welcome.
Yes, to explain how the house work, where is the toilet, where is the change your clothes, and né? In capoeira, especially in Capoeira Angola, no. We do the opposite. You go in the place. If you don't say nothing like this, nobody
pay attention on you.
Yes.
That's right.
Né? You sit in the hall, you freeze.
That's
né?
right. That's right.
You freeze. Né? You feel like a depression.
Yeah.
Né?
Yeah.
Sometimes you sit 1 hour, 2 hours, and
Yeah.
you don't feel.
Travado, né?
No, you don't feel inside of
That's
this.
right. That's right.
In the candomblé, in Umbanda, the people want you inside like this, to make part, your part,
Yeah.
but to be inside of this. Not we are here, you come and.
Yeah.
Então, I think also the most of capoeiristas, when you say about the candomblé, inside of religion, inside of capoeira, must to think about this, because
yes.
These are one example, the big example. If I open my house, I must to take care for you, not to.
That's right. Yeah.
If I don't want nobody here, I close my door and I do my stuff.
Of course.
But if I open my door for the people come, I must to respect, because the people come to appreciate what you do.
That's right. Exactly.
And I blame you.
That.
I can do this inside of the game, because game.
It's another story.
Yes, game is game.
Yeah.
Right? Game is game. You go to play. You want to. If you see like this, I see like this. For me, it's like a game.
Yeah.
Game you can do.
Yeah.
But with your words, because you have power, and you are like this, and the other don't have voice. If this guy go to speak from you, everybody go to blame you.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like a.
Yeah.
Né? Então, for me, the most of people when say about religion, especially from Africa, must to think to, because do what I saw in many houses of Capoeira Angola is the opposite. The people don't appreciate you are there. You are like an enemy.
Exactly that. Yeah.
If the vibe is like this, close your door and play there, and it's okay. But when you open the door, you must do.
Yeah, that's right. Be positive while you do it.
Yeah, to make you to feel you are invited.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't want to tomorrow, but that point when you have a good vibe. Né? Also, Mestre Ananias told for us this. Also, I put in my mind when he say, capoeira is a big party. You take your
best clothes.
Yes, you choose because for me it's like this. The point why I don't have uniform.
Right. Okay.
For me, because I like to play one trouser different, also color, maybe big or nice T-shirt. But when I have the uniform, this make me tie. Understand? Tie. Like I don't feel.
Right. Got you. Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Like a big part, everybody involved together, and after this, But from there, the ritual is like this. Must be to make people.
That's why it should be inclusion, isn't it?
Yes. The opposite, you close your door, stay with your students, do your things, and.
But again, to that point, it's saying about this separation and the example you gave, the Ubanda, Capoeira Angola, and again, I always think forward from the past experience, because actually it's happening right now. we need to think about how we possibly, it's not impossible, possibly change this attitude. Because obviously you know exactly what you're talking about, you know exactly how to do in your holidays, and when people arrive, you know how to do that. I believe I can do that as well, but I'm saying we should have more people like that, people who, small groups, the Capoeira Angola, who has that ability or education, even as, what nice people, to welcome others and their movement and their order, to pass the message immediately. Doesn't need to be exactly the same as you, but as I said, but have your own way, your own style, to welcome people, to make people to feel, why, this is Capoeira Angola, never fought before. Or those who already had bad experience, and then when Capoeira Angola people come to this order and feel the same, like, man, that order last week is so different to this one today. Do you know what I'm saying? The message is different, the welcome is different, the good music is superb. And then it's that element of energy, the vibes, isn't it? Change people mentality coming and knowing that the separation exists. They can go there going back, but they also know that coming, let's put your order as an example, coming to your order here, order do manifesto, they feel good about it. So I know, if I want to play, enjoy myself and learn from it and be part of it, I know I go to Contamestre Marcelo's order do manifesto, I go there because I feel good. That's the thing. But should be more people like yourself, myself, Baku, and my sister Paulinha. So many people out there, so many people, we need to find them. And I like this podcast, they listen and they be probably thinking about how they want to do this. Not different, but in a sense of knowing how to welcome people, knowing how to have a chat with people, knowing how to pass a message or information about Capoeira Angola. In that way, I think Capoeira Angola mentality, especially in Europe, will change, because we don't need to be like in Brazil, because Brazil is the roots, it's the foundation of everything. We need to accept that, that's something. But we cannot be exactly the same as in Brazil, because we're here. That's how I believe. That's how I believe.
No, for me also in Brazil I had many problems for the way, like this, when you listen one thing here, like I said now about the candomblé, and also, to compare capoeira with candomblé and, how they do things like this, and I said, the people inside of candomblé do this, Capoeira Angola do this, like a...
Doesn't match, doesn't match.
Yes, like how, like this is not correct to do, and after we speak about tradition, ancestrality, but when we must to prove this, we don't do.
Exactly.
When you must to,
that's the
people avoid.
Deny.
Yes.
No, man, it shouldn't be that. Shouldn't be like that. We should be forward. When it comes to this point you're talking about, we should step in. It's okay to have an argument. It's okay. There's no after that we're going to become enemies. No, man. If you the type of person who wants to solve problems, the only way to solve problems is to have a discussion about whatever it is. But when it comes to this point, we Capoeira Angola people, we need to go for the point and talk, discuss, and it's okay to ask why not, isn't it? And then I think the answer to that will be a long one, could be a long one, but could be a simple answer as well. And the simple answer is just one, I believe, having respect to each other and to accept your difference, my difference.
Yes.
And let's put it together. And let's.
And this is nice.
Let's work and construct. Construct.
The different is good.
Exactly. Mano, valeu.
Obrigado, bonequinho.
Obrigado a você também.
Da hora. Obrigado aí.